You're trying to eat healthy. You choose low fat, low sugar, organic, natural, and somehow, you still feel tired. You still feel hungry. You still feel off. That's not your fault. Because a lot of what you think is healthy was designed to look that way, not to be that way. And once you see how it works, you start questioning everything in your kitchen. The global healthy food market is worth over $1 trillion. $1 trillion. That's not built on people being perfectly informed. It's built on perception, on labels, on what feels healthy, not what actually is. And that gap is where the system operates. Let's start with one of the biggest lies. Low fat. For decades, fat was the enemy. Everything was about reducing fat. Low-fat yogurt, low-fat snacks, low-fat everything. But when companies remove fat, they have a problem. Fat gives food flavor, texture, satisfaction. So when they remove it, they replace it with sugar, a lot of sugar. Some low-fat yogurts contain more sugar than a dessert, but the label still says healthy because technically, it's low-fat. That's how the system works. It doesn't lie directly. It tells partial truths and lets your brain fill in the rest. Now let's talk about another word. Natural. You see it everywhere. Natural juice, natural snacks, natural ingredients. But here's the part nobody tells you. Natural has almost no strict definition in many cases. A product can be highly processed, packed with additives, and still be labeled as natural because the word sounds safe. And that's all it needs to do. It doesn't need to be accurate. It needs to feel accurate. And your brain responds to that feeling instantly. Now here's where it gets worse. Healthy products often make you eat more. Because when you believe something is good for you, you lower your guard. You take bigger portions. You snack more often. You don't feel guilty. This is called the health halo effect. One label changes your behavior completely. A healthy cookie? You eat 3. A regular cookie? You stop at 1. Same product, different perception, more consumption. And that's exactly what companies want. Because the goal is not to make you healthy. The goal is to make you buy again, and again, and again. Now let's talk about ingredients. Because this is where things get technical, but we'll keep it simple. Many healthy products are still ultra-processed, meaning they've been modified, refined, reassembled, with additives that improve shelf life, taste, and texture. Things like emulsifiers, artificial sweeteners, flavor enhancers. You might not recognize the names, but your body does. And over time, it reacts. Energy crashes, digestive issues, constant hunger. Because your body is not just reacting to calories. It's reacting to the structure of the food itself. Now let's talk about juice. Because this one surprises people. You think, fruit juice equals healthy. It comes from fruit. It has vitamins. But when you drink juice, you're not getting the fruit. You're getting the sugar. Without the fiber. Without the structure. Which means your body absorbs it fast. Very fast. Your blood sugar spikes. Then crashes. And that crash feels like hunger. So you eat again. That's the loop. Healthy, but not really. Now let's talk about something even more subtle. Portion sizes. A healthy snack bar, 100 calories, seems reasonable. But look closer. That's for half the bar. Half. Who eats half a bar? Nobody. But the label looks good. And that's what matters. Because once again, it's about perception, not reality. Now let's be fair. Not all healthy food is fake. There are genuinely good products. There are companies trying to do things right. And people today are more aware than ever. Access to information is easier. Nutrition knowledge is improving. And that matters. But the system is still designed for scale. And scale requires simplicity. Labels, claims, quick decisions, not deep understanding. Because if every customer stopped, read every ingredient, understood every process, sales would drop. So the system stays fast, simple, and slightly misleading. Now let's talk about marketing, because this is where everything connects. You don't just see a product. You see green packaging, clean fonts, words like fit, active, pure. All of it is intentional. Color psychology alone changes how you perceive food. Green equals healthy, white equals clean, black equals premium. Even before you read anything, your brain has already decided. And once that decision is made, logic follows it, not the other way around. Now step back. Look at the full picture. You have labels that simplify reality, ingredients that are modified, portions that are misleading, marketing that shapes perception, and a system that benefits when you trust it quickly, not when you question it deeply. So what happens? You try to eat better. You spend more money. You choose healthier options. And yet, nothing really changes. Because the system didn't fail. It worked exactly as designed. Now here's what actually matters. The goal is not to fear food. The goal is not to avoid everything. The goal is awareness. The next time you see low fat, natural, healthy, pause just for a second and ask, what does this actually mean? Not what it feels like, what it actually means. Because once you start asking that question, your behavior changes. Not perfectly, but enough. And that's where control comes back. Not to the system, to you. That's it for today. If you made it this far, you already think differently than most people. This channel exposes the systems behind everyday choices. No noise, no exaggeration, just how things actually work. Studio microphone voiceover powered by Redacast. AI voiceovers for faceless creators. Link in description. Drop a comment. What should we expose next? Because once you start seeing this, you can't unsee it.